Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jesse with Sarah Bay Marina in Sarasota, Florida. I'm going to do a little video today and just give you a comparison of a couple of mid-range Cobalt boats. I've got a Cobalt R4 24-footer here and a Cobalt R6 26-footer. We're going to show you a little walkthrough of each one and some of the differences and maybe help you out, decide what's the best for you. So let's take a look. So this is the Cobalt R4. This boat currently is equipped with a 200 horsepower Mercury engine. You can get bigger. You can go up to the 250 or 300 if you want. Pretty cool color scheme on this one. Nice green color with the black boot stripe. And then over here, right next to it, we have a Cobalt R6. So this is a 26-footer. This one's equipped with a Mercury 300 horsepower. Here at Sarah Bay, we can actually do Mercury or Yamaha, whatever you prefer, and we can order the boats from Cobalt, with those engine packages. So this boat you can actually, I believe, put up to a 350 on, but currently has a 300 on it. So take a look at this one. It's got a nice light gray color scheme with a black stripe. Now the Cobalt R4, this particular one, we didn't order with a ton of options. When we get to the R6, you're going to see quite a few more options on that boat. They're available on most all of Cobalt's boats, and you can certainly order these and get them any way you want. One of the unique things about Cobalt is they have like 10 different gel coat colors, and you can kind of customize your boat with choosing the top color, the stripe color, and the bottom color. And it's none of it is a vinyl sticker. It's all real gel coat and really high quality as well. So with 10 color choices and 3 different areas to put them, you can even do the swim platform a different color. You can really kind of customize these things, quite a bit. Now this particular boat, we went ahead and got what they call an easy fold bimini top, which kind of keeps the price down from all the arch options. So this is still a fantastic top. This is 1.25 inch stainless steel, so it's real heavy duty. You can see that it's anchored up front here by these adjustable bars. You spin these to tighten it up, and super heavy duty. So if this boat's going 40, 50 miles an hour, this thing doesn't shake, rattle, nothing. It's extremely sturdy. The easy fold portion of it is this little guy right here, where you're able to release this, and if you wanted to put the top down to get under a bridge or something, it just slides backwards and gives you the ability to put that bimini top down in a really easy fashion. So we'll start at the back here. Back swim platform. Now one of the big differences between these two boats you'll notice is that the R4 still has the side walk-through. So as we step on the boat, you can see the walk-through on the transom. Right here on the right side of the boat. And you walk through, you've got this big lounger in the back, great seating here in the interior of the boat. This backrest right here, you kind of have the choice. You can flip it into 3 different positions actually. You can put it in this position, so you can kind of go on the back of the boat and lounge while you're looking off the back of the boat. That also goes all the way flat, if you want to have it there. And then you can flip it back this way and have a backrest, for the interior of the boat. So this kind of rear cockpit seating is just tons of seating for a boat of this size. And I'm going to show you a little bit of storage as well. We pick up this rear deck, which is on these, huge hydraulic bars, so it's really easy to pop this thing open. And you can see that the storage here underneath is pretty huge. They've even got this sectioned off with these different little dividers, which you can take out and just kind of organize your boat however you want. Over here on this side, you can see have some storage down here for a trash can and fire extinguisher. Real deep area, tons of room. As you move forward, we've got the passenger seat here, which again has the ability to kind of flip the bolster if you want to kind of sit facing backwards and talk to all the people behind you, or if you want to sit facing forward, no problem there. And you have the flip up bolster there as well if you want to add a little bit of height and get up a little bit higher. One of the big things about this boat you'll notice is that it does not have a head. So in the Cobalt lineup right now, you have to go up to the R6 to get a head. This boat, you know, obviously when you don't put that room in for the bathroom, you get a lot more interior space on the boat. Over here in the helm, you know, you can see we've got the twin Garmin screens. This is standard with Cobalt. These are 7-inch screens. You get chart plotter, GPS, all your engine gauges on those, and you can see all your switching and everything right here. This boat standard comes with a great Fusion stereo with 6 speakers, and there are upgrades available for premium and platinum audio systems. You can see you got a nice door here to cut off the wind in the front of the boat. Great windshield here that locks when you open it up. You'll notice that Cobalt uses a 4-piece windshield. That's kind of unique. A lot of the less expensive boat manufacturers will use kind of like a 1-piece curved windshield, which is a little less expensive, but I think this looks a lot more modern. It's like a lot richer look to it. Looks really good. So we're gonna move forward here. Now the front seating here is pretty large. You got plenty of room up here, and there's storage under both sides. So I'm gonna pop open the port side here real quick, let you take a look. One thing that's interesting about this is if you did need to put a porta potty in here or some kind of emergency head, you really do have, you know, a huge amount of room. If you had a wife or some kids that you wanted to put a head in here and just put a little porta potty in here, it would certainly work. And then under the other side, you know, similar huge storage area. And of course, one thing you'll also notice up here, you've got great cup holders, speaker, you've got chargers for your phone, and kind of the Cobalt quality shows through all through this boat. You know, this really thick vinyl, much thicker than most people use, double stitch cotton thread. You see these walls here, this is real upholstery with diamond stitch. You know, it's not any kind of like molded plastic a lot of people put back here, you know, as a finishing piece, so super nice. And then up here you have your anchor locker, and they do have an optional windlass for this boat. So really a ton of space on this boat. Thing's got a lot of seating. This is an insulated box right here that you can use for a cooler. Let's talk about this for a minute on Cobalt boats. You know, one of the biggest selling points on them is just they're super high quality boats. I think people try and compare them to a lot of mid-range brands, but you know, they're just really you know, much better built boat than most manufacturers. So what I've got here, this is a cross section for the keel on a Cobalt boat, just to kind of show you how they're constructed. And you can kind of see on the top and bottom all the hand-laid glass. These things have like, I believe 16, 17 layers of hand-laid glass. And then at the keel, you know, at the bottom of the boat, which hits all the rough water, they actually overlap that, so it's double the thickness. And then on top of that, you can see this right in the middle here, they call that spray core, and that's, you know, turns to like a hard ceramic or a very hard material. But basically what that is a sound deadening material. So as you go over the rough water in a Cobalt, where a lot of other boats may kind of, you know, make real hollow sounds or make real loud sounds or shake, or, you know, just get, you know, very upset by the rough water, Cobalt's actually, there's very little drama. When you hit the rough water, this really deadens the sound. You don't really hear a lot, you know, and the boat just handles that rough water really well. So it's just a great riding boat, and it's a very, you know, quiet boat that doesn't sound hollow. It sounds very, very, you know, solid. So let's walk over and take a look at the R6 now. I'll show you a few differences on that one. So the first thing you'll notice on this boat, obviously, is that we have one of the arches on this boat. There's also a sport top type arch that you can see on Cobalt's website, you know, that's even different than this. But this arch on this boat happens to be an electrically folding arch. So, you know, when you release these handles right here, you know, you can have the arch go down and, you know, save you a foot, maybe a little more, 2 feet. And that way, if you need to get under a bridge or just get the arch down a little bit to get under something, you can do it. So this is a really good looking aesthetic arch, you know, and it's obviously got the nice bimini top on top to give you shade. You can also pull from this arch. If you flip the back of the bimini top out of the way, you can pull a wakeboarder from the ski tow bar up top there. So a lot of cool functions. And Cobalt also offers an articulating arch, so if you have to put your arch down all the time and it's kind of something you do on a regular basis, they have one that where the entire top, when you fold the arch down, also leans backwards or tilts backwards, so as the arch goes down, the bimini doesn't stick up in the air, it actually goes flat as it goes down. So we'll have to do a video on one of those boats pretty soon. So starting at the back, you can see, you know, probably one thing I kind of noticed now looking at these boats side by side is that the R6 has a very big swim platform. I think this is quite a bit bigger than the R4, and you also have transom speakers back here. I believe this boat has one of the upgraded stereo systems. We'll take a look in a minute. But the R6 here, you know, now you have a totally different layout. So this one has the split, you know, seating in the back, the split lounger. So as you walk on the boat, instead of coming through to the right side, to the starboard side, you're actually going to walk through the center here. They do offer a filler piece and some filler cushions to go in the middle here if you want to make this all into like one big deck. And as you can see, the backrest here, you can flip them that direction so you can have a nice lounger, or you can flip them, you know, more aft, and then you have, you know, a better seat for the interior side of the boat. Right here on the floor, you have a nice cooler. If you open that up, you got an insulated box. And as we walk through the middle, you can see just a huge amount of seating on this boat because they've run the seating down, you know, both sides of the boat. So you can really fit a ton of people on here for a 26-foot boat. And hopefully you guys can kind of see the details on the quality on this boat, you know, with the upholstery, the cup holders, all the finish up underneath here under the gunnels, you know. So let's take a look at the storage on this boat. So under the back two loungers here, you have these huge tubs, you know, that are available for storage. You can see there's just a massive amount of room back here, and it's a great place to keep all your, you know, toys for playing in the water and having fun. And these tubs also come out, so if you ever need to, you know, get to the bilge or get to the batteries or anything like that, it's super easy. You just have a ton of room. Now this boat has a freshwater system on it, so you can see right back here, you got the freshwater hose that'll pop out of there, and you also have a remote control for the stereo if you're back here on the back and you want to be able to control it. This one also has the Cobalt fishing package, which consists of a rod holder on each side of the boat, and also has a little flag holder there for your American flag. So moving forward, we'll take a look. You know, very similar seat over here for the passenger as the R4, but we'll take a look at the head on this boat, which is obviously the biggest difference between the R6 and the R4. And you can see really big head. Now optionally from Cobalt, you can just get a porta potty for in here or pump out porta potty. This boat actually has the real porcelain toilet, so it's a real flushing system. It flushes into the holding tank, and then you can get it pumped out at a marina. This also has an optional freshwater sink in here, so pretty nice, luxurious, you know, head unit for a 26-foot boat, and pretty good amount of room in here for you to get in and out to use the restroom. So we'll close this guy up. Let's walk over here and take a look at the helm. So this boat has, you know, a lot of additional options the R4 didn't have, which a lot of these are available on the R4. And you, like I said, you can order these boats many, many different ways. But we'll take a quick look here, right down here. Obviously below the binnacle, you can see that this boat has controls for the helm chair. So this has an electric adjustable helm chair that can go up and down and back and forth. It has an electric arch, which the controls are right there. And this boat has the motorized windlass, which the controls are right there as well. Trim tabs with LED indicators. You've got a nice phone charger, and you know, you've got the twin Garmin screens again, you know, 7-inch screens. You can put your chart plotter up there, your GPS, your engine gauges on the other one, and then you've got the Fusion stereo on this boat as well. Up front here, on the starboard side, you can see that you have, you know, still a huge storage area here as well. This boat has the upgraded stereo, so this one's got a subwoofer, you know, hiding somewhere, and it's got 2 amplifiers as well. So this is what's called the premium audio. They do have a platinum audio that has 2 subwoofers and I believe 3 800 watt amps or more. So great sound system in this guy. On this boat, there's no storage on this side because obviously the head is behind there, but you do have some storage under the front seating up here as well. And then up here in the front, we've got our windlass, motorized windlass. Cobalt, just everything about Cobalt, you know, these armrests here, you know, look at the hardware to hold these things. There's huge backing plates behind here, so if somebody sits on this, it's not going to break. And I think that gives you a pretty good overview. So appreciate you stopping by my channel, Sarah Bay's channel, and taking a look at these 2 boats with me. You know, I'll just, my name's Jesse Langston. Again, you can find me at sarahbaymarina.com and shoot me an email, give me a call if you have any questions on these boats. You know, if you're in Sarasota, please come by and see me, and we can arrange for a demo ride. I usually just need a day or 2 notice and give you a ride in any of these boats. No deposit needed, no nothing. We'll just take you out, show you what it's all about, and you know, hopefully see you soon. Thanks for coming by.